Okay. Hey, it's Brad. I'm back with another rider tip. As I've said before, no matter how old you are, how much you've ridden, there's always more to learn. So in this rider tip, we're going to talk a little bit about mountain switchbacks. They can be very, very intimidating to riders for good reason. So I picked one of the toughest ones here, which is an uphill right-hander. And that is really the toughest of all of them because you have the clutch control, the power control, and how much limited space you've got. This particular road is very, very narrow, and I'm going to kind of walk you through this turn. So this is really about 1.5 car length or 1.5 cars wide, and you can see that the turn is extremely tight. Some of them are worse than this, but this is a pretty good example. And then we're going to stop right here for just a second and talk about, as you approach this turn, you've got to be thinking about several things. And one of them is, do we have another car or something coming down? Because those cars are going to tend to come inside the turn. And when they do, it's going to pinch your space down to nothing. And sometimes cause you to have to stop, stay right there. One of the problems with that is if you stop here, you don't have anywhere to put your foot without a lot of lean, and that's why a lot of bikers fall over. So the keys to the mountain switchback, especially the uphills, is to be watching uphill to see if you have a vehicle coming down. That's number one. If you don't, it allows you to get outside the turn, get your head looking where you're gonna go, get your speed right, your power right, and roll through the turn coming out on the inside of the turn after you've been around it. Now I'm gonna get on the bike, ride through a couple times and show you how we do that. Okay, so now we're gonna ride through this turn 2 or 3 different ways. We're gonna come uphill, which is gonna be the uphill right-hander, and we're gonna do the downhill, which is the downhill left-hander. And I think most bikers would agree that the downhill turns are much easier because it's easier to maintain your momentum. On the uphill turn, you've got to keep the clutch in the friction zone and feed power to the back wheel via the clutch more so than the throttle. You can't just leave the throttle fully engaged. You've got to kind of keep the RPMs up and then use the clutch to relegate your power to the rear wheel. We'll start with the downhill left-hander. This is the way we do those. As you ease into the turn, you start to see what you're dealing with. I always glance back and start seeing what I've got traffic-wise. I get over, make the turn as wide as possible, ease into the turn, keep the clutch going, and ease out on the clutch when I'm sure that there's nobody coming the other way. So the downhiller, like I said, is pretty easy. The uphiller is the one that's tricky, that gives most people the biggest problem. Now the key on the uphill right-handers is to get in the right gear before you get to the turn. The vast majority of those are going to be either a first gear, but most likely a second gear turn. This is a second gear turn. We ease up, we see the turn, we get our head back and looking back where we're going. We don't see a car, we ease into the turn, we first start bringing the clutch out, and around the turn we go. Okay, we're going to do this downhill left-hander again. On a downhill left-hander, we're watching down below to see if we have any traffic. We get over, make the turn as wide as possible, bring the clutch in, start around the turn, try to make sure we've got it nice and tight. Clutch out and off we go. Okay, now for the uphill right-hander, kind of ease into it in the right gear. Looking for traffic, ease out, widen it up a little bit, clutch in the friction zone, ease out on the clutch, got the turn made. The key is keeping your head up, looking where you're going. Don't get locked into the edge of the corner, just watch where you want the bike to go, and ease out on the clutch and put it there. Here's another left-hander, clutch in, uphill, no traffic, clutch out, off we go. Might as well do a little turnaround right here since nobody's coming. Nice and clean. Okay, downhill right-hander. Everything's kind of the same. We're watching down below to see if we have any traffic. Ease over and widen it up a little bit. Use a little more road. Bring clutch in. A little bit of brake. Out on the clutch. Off we go. There's the dreaded cars. Okay, we'll go through these one more time. Downhill lefter. We're in the proper gear. Ease into the brakes a little bit. Widen up the turn. Don't have any traffic. Coming in. No traffic. Heads up. Out on the clutch. Off we go. Okay, for the uphill right-hander, that's the toughest turn in the switchbacks. Big thing is be looking up the hill. Do we have any traffic? Get outside, clutch in, a little bit of brake, keep the RPMs up, out on the clutch, nice and clean on the inside of the turn. Now again, when I get back to the Alps in the summer, it takes a little bit of time to get practice back on these turns because they're not easy, especially riding two up and loaded. It takes just a few minutes to kind of get your legs underneath you, and Susan can attest to that. I certainly get better as I ride them a little bit, but there's a definite technique to them. And later on in the trip, we're going to be on the infamous Stelvio Pass, and we'll stop and watch some riders come through there. But there's a little tip on mountain switchbacks. It's good to practice them. They are definitely one of the most challenging things on a big street bike, especially if you're loaded and riding two up. So there's that one.
Come ride with us at buggyteeth.com.